Nation, we are back. We got a goodie. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. We are back. It feels like I just seen you guys a few minutes ago. You know how we do, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. That means hit those likes around here at OLV Raiders Network. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We have a special guest. Without any further ado, man, I got my guy, Rodney, all aboard Raiders, man. What's good, brother?
Look, I always wanted to do this. Coffee and convo.
Let's go. Talk that shit, man. It's been way too long, brother. We've been talking about doing this for a while.
Long time.
Man, timing is everything. With free agency kind of wrapping up here, the draft right around the corner, man. This is a perfect time for us to vibe out, man. First and foremost, for those who are, kind of living under a rock, man, let everybody know who you are and where they can follow you at, because you do great work over at Bleacher Report. Your YouTube channel is lit. Let everybody know where they can follow you, brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So obviously, ALLaBORDE Raiders is the YouTube channel. And real quick, people always ask me like, where'd that come from? My last name is LaBORDE. So I was like, let's just do something with that. My parents used to have a company called ALLaBORDE Travel. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take that, do some Raider stuff with it. That's the only thing I got going right now. We got the Patreon YouTube members for the YouTube channel as well. And then Bleacher Report, you see me on there, which, believe it or not, came after the YouTube channel. They found me through YouTube. They reached out to me, do little shorts for them from time to time. Also edit other people's content. So I'm like an expert on like the Florida Gators for no reason. But other than that, happy to be here. Some people calling this the greatest YouTube collab of all time. I'm not saying that. Some people are.
Hey, man. Hey, look, we got to listen to the people, right? I mean, it is what it is. This is what it's all about, them at the end of the day, man. So First and foremost, man, how are you feeling about free agency as a whole, right? We went out there and we really, SpyTip went out. We had to spend a ton of money regardless.
Yeah.
Went out and made Tyler Linderbaum the highest paid interior offensive lineman of all time. And you go out there, you pay Nico Dean, you bring in Quay. How are you feeling thus far about the free agency cycle?
Look, there's a lot. Obviously, like normal, like macro answer is loved what happened.
Yeah.
The Crosby thing, look, I was anti-trade until I heard the 14th pick, and then I was like, am I anti-trade? Let's talk about this for a little bit. And I will say, look, we love doing this. We love being Raider fans. At times it can be hard when it's like week 14 and you're like, God, we lost again.
Yeah.
I will say, cannot pick a better team to make YouTube videos about. We got 2.5 weeks worth of YouTube videos about something that never even happened.
Exactly.
So
the creators, it was wonderful.
Oh, I was rolling out of bed. I had my Bleacher Report bosses telling me like, bro, are you okay? Like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, this is
what we live for. We live for this.
Live for it. It's the best. The off season is the season. Never ends for us. Loved what we're doing so far. I think this is the first time people learned that there's like a minimum you have to spend.
Yeah.
Which like, when people say like, oh, they overpaid for so and so, it's like we gotta spend the money.
Yeah.
If the only way we can get Linderbaum is to overspend, it doesn't roll over into the next year. This isn't like Madden. So I'm happy with everything we've done.
So I'm going to get some grades from our guy, ALLaBORDE Raiders, man. So we went out there. Speaking of Tyler Linderbaum, 3-year, $81 million deal, over $60 million guaranteed. How do you grade the Tyler Linderbaum? Again, people are going to say we overpaid, right? But again, we're the worst team in football. We're drafting number one. I mean, we had to do it, right? Baltimore was looking to bring their guy back. There was rumors and rumblings of Cleveland potentially, a Harbaugh reunion with the Giants. The Chargers, thank the Lord, that did not happen. What do you grade the Tyler Linderbaum pickup?
Look, it's an A. I'm not going to give every single thing an A. I try not to do that as best as I can because we always get fooled every offseason. This feels different. It does feel different, but it always feels different.
Yes.
I think the thing that not a lot of people are talking about, to be honest with you, is I feel like we're going to do more on the offensive line. Draft free agency, we brought in the right tackle from the 49ers.
Yeah.
If we didn't, I think this could be a top 15 offensive line the way it is. We have last year, like it was bad.
Yeah.
Never healthy. I don't know when the full starting five played, like the Patriots game and the Bears game, and Sanjit T went like Super Saiyan in that game.
Yeah.
You got JPJ, you got Linderbaum, you got Colton. Caleb Rogers was good when Pete Carroll was like, I guess it's week 14. I'll play him.
I know, right?
And DJ Glaze, not great last year. Coaching wasn't great either. I think, like I said, we're going to add pieces. You get the center. You know, it's so funny, too, now. Everybody was crying about JPJ. He's being played out of position. And now we got Linderbaum. And it's like, let's go, JPJ. Right guard. Always the right guard. I'm in.
Well, I'm moving him to left side. I want that strong side for Genty, me personally.
I don't care. Play right tackle if he's good at it. I don't care at all.
So you give Linderbaum an A. I love that. Yeah. I agree. An A. What do you feel about Nico Dean? Still really young. You know, we get those Georgia Bulldogs at the second level of our defense. We'll get to Quay here in a minute. But reunites with his college teammate. What do you feel about the Nico Dean pickup?
Excited, nervous. Obviously, everybody's talking about the injury stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, scared money don't make money.
Talk that shit, Rodney. Talk.
You know what's going to happen? He signs with the Steelers and never gets hurt again.
And becomes an All-Pro.
Right, All-Pro.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying All-Pro because as I'm looking at the roster, what do I give it? B+, because he could technically get injured at some point.
Yeah.
Looking at the roster, like I've got no issue saying we could flip the script next year in terms of there's no reason we can't be the Commanders and win 10 games out of nowhere. It's on Mendoza and Fullback or whatever.
Agreed.
But the way to be consistent is how do we find those All-Pros? Mm-hmm. And we've got, the Genties who can become that and the Bowers who like already is that.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, it's Maxx, and then you're going to have to get kind of lucky with the draft or free agents. If Nico Dean plays every single game, and Rob Leonard is what Maxx Crosby and all these people say he is.
Yeah.
That could be our path to like an all-pro-ish linebacker.
Agreed. I mean, he can cover. He can get after the quarterback. Yeah. I think this is a phenomenal move. I know some people may disagree with me. I was big on the Nico Dean pickup. I wanted him the whole time during free agency. I'll give it a B+ for right now because of the durability issues. If he plays every snap, if he goes out there and plays every game for us, this could be an A+. How do you feel about Quay Walker, former first-round pick, a guy that's kind of had an up and down, career up to this point out there in Green Bay? I feel like they kind of played him out of position a lot. But how do you feel about, Quay Walker? Again, this definitely improves the second level of our defense. And I think that him and Nico are going to have a chip on the shoulder. They both get to reunite. Again, I know they were on the phone the entire process, and they kind of both agreed to be Raiders because of them both going there, pick the Raiders over the Cowboys, which is beautiful. I'm talking about Nico. But how do you feel about the Quay Walker pickup?
Yeah, I mean, I feel similarly. Like you said, up in that season, former first pick. I feel like I don't want to grade, especially like the linebackers and the Quitty Pays and the Malcolm Kuntzes of the world, just on like good player, not good player. If we're moving to a 3-4, we need linebackers.
Which I've been waiting
we can't go out there with, Cocaine Bear Devin White running around chasing tackles like he's Russell Wilson getting rebounds. Or Russell Westbrook getting rebounds. We can't. Like last year, it was like, Landon Roberts, he's pretty good against the run. I'm texting my Steelers family like, hey, how's Landon Roberts? And they're like, who? I don't even remember him playing. Quay Walker, at least that's a name that I've heard make like impact plays in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Him and Nico. I don't know who else is going to play linebacker. They're going to drop Kuntz back. Quitty Pay is interesting. I think Nico Dean's a better player.
Yeah.
I'll give it a B, but again, they didn't break the bank for him. They had the money.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if we're going to talk about, I don't know if you already talked about it earlier today, but like Maxx Crosby podcast.
We're going to get to that. I'm saving that for last.
Yeah. Okay. He's sitting there watching everybody get signed. That helps also, the fact that he appreciated what we did.
Let me ask you, man, with these two signings, what do you think about Tommy Eichenberg moving forward and Cody Lindenberg, 7th rounder out of Minnesota, a spy tech guy? Depth are special team monsters. I mean, how do you feel in regards to them? Do you think they get kind of lost in the shuffle here at the second level with Nakobe and Quay?
I think, I mean, I wouldn't say they can get lost. I think they would be the second level of player. But when you've watched our team the last 2 seasons, the Tommy Eichenbergs and the Cody Linderbergs were like playing every single down, which is not a recipe for success.
Yeah.
We want them to get experience, but we want them to have a chance. If they're out there and we're down 30, this isn't like real evaluation.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like people are like, why would they trade for Malik or the Dolphins? Why would they sign Malik Willis and then get rid of all their players?
Yeah.
It's because they want to have like a functional adult to be able to be like, okay, Achane is still good with this quarterback.
Yes.
If we're competitive.
Sullivan is one of the more underrated guys. Real quick, mean to cut you off. I've spoken to him several times. Shrine Bowl, they got a really good GM down there, Rodney. I'm telling you now, they have a ton of dead cap. They have to do this. They have to rebuild this thing out there. I think Malik Willis is in the know. They told him, we're going to make some moves here. We're thinking future down the line. And again, they paid him a massive amount of money. He's been a career backup to this point. So I think that Sullivan's going to do a great job down there.
And I think that they gave him most of his contract guaranteed to be like, hey, if Stephen Ross is like, actually, I changed my mind. Let's take Arch Manning. You got all your money. You can go somewhere else. Yeah. I don't know how we got to the Dolphins. Oh, but my point is, we need to be competitive to see what these young guys actually can do, because we think Ashton Jeanty and JPJ are good players. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen when we need to win this game to get into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Is it going to be like, oh, Ashton Jeanty played at Boise State. He's not used to playing, with everything on the line. Mm-hmm. I want to see what these young players are like before they become veterans in games that actually matter, and hopefully that starts this year.
Well, let me ask you in regards to Jeanty before we get to the rest of the free agents. What do you feel about running back 2? Do you address that here in free agency? I mean, Brian Robinson Jr. still available.
Yeah.
Veteran Joe Mixon's available. He missed the entire year last year. There's some other names out there. Do you attack that spot in the draft, maybe kind of in the mid to later rounds? How would you approach that running back 2 spot?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Penn State boy. I went to Penn State, graduated Penn State. Shout out to Wade. I know Wade's is sneaky little Penn State.
Yeah, he loves Penn State.
Katron Allen, Nick Singleton. I don't know where it's so weird, because if you asked me this question last year, I would have said Nick Singleton is 1,000 times better than Katron Allen. And now it flipped.
Yeah.
If one of them falls to like the 4th round,
run.
I'm grabbing them. I'm putting them both in the backfield. You could do, because they both are incredible. Like Drew Aller was just like here.
Yeah, in the passing game. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would address it in the draft. I'm like, these running backs that are free agents
for a reason.
Yeah.
What about
I know you got connections. I don't want to say, like, I don't know if you're
about Najee though, coming off of last year, Bay Area guy. Before last year, Rodney, he was very durable, didn't miss a game, had over 1,000 yards rushing every single year in Pittsburgh. Do you think potentially take a 1-year flyer there, so then you can still go get you a running back in the later rounds and not have to address it earlier? My guy is Mike Washington Jr., but when he went to the combine, he absolutely destroyed his 40 time. I don't think that we're going to be able to get him early. I think he's going to be possibly a 3rd round guy, and I don't think this Spy Tech's going to go get running back that early. You know what I mean? No. But potentially a Najee, or you just go ahead and get in the draft.
I mean, I'm down with Najee. I mean, he's durable, and the Steelers ran him into the ground every single. Yeah. He was like Jeanty before Jeanty. He was getting hit immediately, and he was bouncing off people.
Yep.
It's interesting because they're obviously physically couldn't be more opposite, but similar play styles. So I don't know if we want to get like a lightning to the thunder, although Ashton is fast too. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking about a Nick Singleton or a Katron Allen. But I mean, look, they signed Najee Harris. I'm making a video saying how Najee Harris leads us to the playoffs. So I'll convince myself that it's like, oh my God. I mean, I saw you. I was dying laughing. I saw you when we signed Jalen Naylor. We're like, oh, Jalen Naylor. And I was like, well, I didn't know we loved Jalen Naylor this much. I'm all in on Jalen Naylor.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. We were excited, but again, free agency is just an exciting period.
It is, yeah.
Right.
I was the same way.
Yeah, and for those who are not in the know, like Naylor was buried on that depth chart behind Jordan Addison and JJ, one of the best wide receivers in football.
And Hawkinson too, probably.
When you talk to Minnesota fans, they're like, he was so great, when Addison was out with being suspended, and he had some big plays for them. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And again, I think that Kubiak is the perfect coach to unlock him. He's still young, has youth on his side. I think that's a good pickup there, man. So I'm excited about Jack Bech, Rodney. I really am. I know a lot of people are not sold on him. I watched him a ton. I live in Dallas, watched him at TCU, and then, former tight end at LSU. I'm excited to see what he can do. Again, another guy that Pete Carroll refused to play last season, in his rookie season.
Every time I saw Tyler Lockett get a target, I wanted to, and I know you know a lot of players. Look, if Tyler's family's watching,
no. Hey, man, look,
seems like a great guy.
Yes.
I wanted the family show. What are we doing with Tyler?
You can say it. You can say it. What the
fuck
is going on with
Tyler? One more sip, maybe.
It's all good.
But no, as far as Jalen Nailor, yeah, there's no reason he can't be Zay Jones or Nelson Aguilar. He doesn't need to be Randy Moss. Well, definitely not Randy Moss in the Raiders. He doesn't need to be Minnesota Vikings Randy Moss. And he's fast. Like, I know we all did the same thing. Let me see some Jalen Nailor highlights, and you see like a 10 minutes from 2025.
Yeah.
Jack Bech, I'm in. I feel like when you watch him, you're like, he looks like he belongs out there.
Yes.
And I said this, I think a couple videos ago. I hate saying this out loud, but in terms of like Jack Bech and Dante Thornton looks like he doesn't belong out there. And it's okay because he was a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
It was blown out of proportion because we were all reading that he was unbelievable in training camp.
Yes.
But when you watch him out there, I hate to say this, he reminds me of Hayward Bay. He tries to catch the ball like this. He's like falling over. I'm like, oh, God.
Let me say this. Dante, friend of the show, love Dante, speak to his reps all the time. No, it's all, look, man, they know this is what we do. We talk ball. So Dante doesn't take anything personal. Actually, I want him to take this personal.
Sure.
I want him to hear that and say, okay, guess what? Because he's out there, with Troy Franklin and a few other guys in Atlanta getting some reps in the offseason. He's already spoken to, and again, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. He's already spoken to Clint Kubiak. Kubiak called him, one of the first calls, and said, I need you.
Let's go.
So
let's go.
Expects him to really turn it around in year 2. Again, a guy that was a developmental talent, coming out of Tennessee, that weird offense. He was kind of, they said he had a limited route tree because of the O out there in Tennessee. If you look at his tape at Oregon, completely different.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if I've ever seen Kubiak be able to have this kind of guy in his system. Big body, speedster. Again, he has to put it all together with his hands. There was some times where he dropped some balls and we were like, what the hell is going on? But again, a developmental guy. I wasn't expecting him to go out there and absolutely take the top off in year 1. And then again, this, Rodney, the deep ball got taken away in week 2 because Geno was out there throwing picks left and right. And then you essentially take Dante out of the offense. So I'm expecting some big, big change with him in his game moving forward. Again, I'm not here to say Dante's going to be an all-pro, Pro Bowl player, but if we can possibly get 500-600 yards out of him in year 2, I'm here for it.
All I need for him to do is get someone who can throw the football to him and work on those 10-yard back shoulders, because he's bigger than everybody out there, and assuming Fernando Mendoza is our quarterback, he's just gonna feed right here every single time. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yep.
I'm all in on that. I mean, if Kubiak said if that, I'm in. I just need to see him. Like, I feel like he had this like 1st-round pressure, even though he was a 4th-round pick. Because I think of a lot of the buzz, and he was starting, and Pete Carroll was like, we're feeding him, and he had that cool touchdown in the preseason. And then in the first game, it was like a monsoon, and he slides and catches that bomb.
Yeah.
And then fell off a clip. But Geno didn't help that, I guess.
At all.
No.
Quitty Pay, we just spoke about him a little bit. Kind of had an up and down career thus far in Indianapolis. I think this is going to be one of the best defensive lines he's played with up to this point. A guy that plays the run at a high level. Last year, didn't get after the quarterback a lot. I think he had 4.5 sacks. Prior to that, 8.5, I think, back-to-back years. A guy, man, that I'm still wondering where they're going to have him. Is it going to be a DE in this 3-4? Is it going to be an outside linebacker? What do you feel about Quitty Pay in this 3-4 system?
Yeah, I never understood the people, and a lot of people were saying it, and maybe even I thought it initially, that were like, well, Maxx is back. Sorry, Quitty Pay, you got to go. We can't go out there with 2 defensive linemen.
No.
Like, I'm not, like, I love Charles Snowden. He's a backup. Like, Quitty Pay being your second line of defense, maybe he'll start, maybe Malcolm will start, maybe they'll both start. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of depth and flexibility.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I do the Colts they call them VODs, little small videos for Bleacher Report too. And they said Quitty Pay kind of a disappointment for like a 1st-round draft grade. And I'm looking at his stats, and it's like 6.5, 8.5, 8.5, 6.5, and I'm
We
like,
would kill for that.
I would, yeah. Can I tell you a story about someone called Cleveland Ferrell? I don't think what's his career high? 4, maybe.
I know, right?
And it was
Somewhere
year
along
1
the
when
line.
he was pulling out the sword every time he
Yeah.
It was so bad. Yeah, I would kill for Quitty Pay to have 6.5 sacks. Maxx Crosby would be like, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. The one move that I wasn't high on, and again, I think this was just a move that was kind of to protect them. We moved on from Carlson. We brought in Matt Gay, a veteran Super Bowl winner out there in Tampa Bay. Spy Tech is definitely in the know who he is. He had him down there in Tampa Bay when they won a championship with Brady. I look at this pickup. It's a 1-year deal. I believe, right, and if I'm wrong, tell me this. I think they're going to address that in the draft. They're going to bring in a fresh leg. Zavada is my guy to Michigan. I think Spy Tech dips into that pool. Got a chance to watch him at the Shrine Bowl. Do you think they bring in another leg for some competition, maybe a late round guy or a UDFA? What do you think of the addition of Matt Gay?
Oh, look, I hope so. I don't know. This was the only move that I was like, it made no sense to me because number one, I don't know where this came from where Carlson was like a bad kicker all of a sudden. Last year, again, we were playing for nothing. We've seen him make kicks to eliminate the Chargers and send us.
I was there. I was there live in living color.
Oh my! I'll tell you again. The amount of Steelers fans that were cursing me out. I'm like, I'm not playing. It's not my fault that you guys couldn't beat whoever you beat or whatever. I hated that. And then bringing in Matt Gay. Matt Gay, correct me if I'm wrong, is not a good kicker. Like
he's great. He's great. Anything up to 40. And
that's fine. You could kick a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah, I know, right? But in today's NFL, you got to be able to look what Cam Little did in Jacksonville. These guys are kicking 60-yarders.
Oh, we saw it.
Exactly, with no effort. So again, you got to have a fresh leg. That's why. And Zavada had an up and down year in Michigan last year as well, but the year prior he was phenomenal. I know a lot of people are mentioning Tokyo Toe out in Hawaii, but I think this was just a move to potentially bring him in and have some competition in training camp. I don't think they're going to run with him, bro. I really, really don't.
I mean, it's bad when he was on the Rams, right? At one point,
I
remember they'd run him out there for a 55-yarder, and the team playing against him would have a returner in the end zone. I'm like, he's going to bounce this? He's bouncing a 55-yarder? Bring him in.
There you go. I'm going to give that one. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give that a C-.
That's bad. That's generous.
Yeah, it is. But also, I'm putting the minus. I'm saying that because I think they're going to address that in the draft or do UDFA.
We'll come back to that when they don't do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit. What do you think about the newest addition? We went out there yesterday, signed Spencer Burford. What I love about this pickup was I look at this as depth. I know we started some games for the Niners. Left guard, right tackle. He's a Swiss Army knife across that O-line. Still young, 25 years old. Clint Kubiak's system in 2023. He went to the Super Bowl. There's a few plays that the Niner fans are really pissed off about him. But again, a cheap, probably 1-year deal, inexpensive. And he chose us over the Chargers, which I absolutely love. What do you think about Spencer in the silver and black?
Well, first of all, you just reminded me of anytime a 49er fan complains about anything if I hear another 49er fan say fire Kyle Shanahan,
oh my God,
I'm going to lose my mind. But anyway, yeah, here's what I like about him. You got to dig deep, not dig deep, but dig a little bit to figure out, oh, he was a Kubiak guy.
Yeah.
When it was Pete Carroll, it was like, hey, Jamal Adams, hey, Tyler. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's depth.
Stone Forsythe.
Oh my God! I mean, we had to dig deep for that one. We had to dig all the way to the bedrock.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And then, but still, we're like, okay. And then, like one game in, we're like, actually, no, take it back. Yeah, it's a depth piece. He could compete with Glaze. I like pushing Glaze. Like, I'm not going to give up on him yet. No. Again, I think last year they were horribly coached.
Yes.
Linemen get hurt. Yeah. All the time. Yeah. It's more likely than not that JPJ might get hurt again. Colton Miller might get hurt again. Like it happens. Yeah, it happens. I don't know. Has he played any left tackle? Can he slide over there?
I don't believe. You know what? I think he has played. Had a few reps there before. I mean, either way, he could be a spot starter if need be.
Yeah.
But again, I'm really a big believer in Charles Grant, Rodney. I really think that he is going to be a stud. He showed some things at the end of the season on film. On tape, that you're just like, this kid, there's a reason they went and got him in the 3rd round out of William and Mary. Again, a developmental guy when we first got him, but a guy that they refused to play last year.
Well, sorry, not to cut you off. He was the right tackle at William and Mary, right?
Left tackle.
Left tackle, yeah. Because I remember, I don't know where I think somebody sent it to me in my Discord. Oh, join that too, by the way. That's completely free.
For sure. You got to add me. I'm gonna download the app after this. You got to add me to it.
Oh yeah, we're always talking about stuff in there. I remember someone sent me a podcast. It was SpyTech when he was the assistant GM at Tampa Bay, and they were talking about what they do is they draft these tackles from small schools because typically those are the best athletes at the school, but they're not really tackles. So they take them as tackles and then they move them to guard.
Yeah.
I think what they're planning to do with him is either keep him at guard or have him work a little bit along the right side. And then if it's not Glaze, you kick Jarvis Grant out to right. Maybe you have him take over for Colt Miller, or you put him at one of the guard spots. Again, it's just flexibility that you need, especially with the offensive line.
If we don't draft the right tackle, which I believe they will add another tackle through the draft to compete that right spot, I think that Charles Grant will be the right tackle. I think that him and Glaze will battle it out, but I believe that Glaze will be a better guard in this system.
Yes.
And salute to DJ, friend of the show. He'll be back on the channel here in the next few weeks. I want to pick his brain a little bit about potentially moving to the guard spot where he has played before at Maryland. He had some reps there at the guard spot. But again, his rookie season, he looked good. And then last year, everybody looked terrible, with Carroll and those guys running the show. So with Spencer, I'll give it a C+. Again, it adds some depth to the O-line. It doesn't kind of force you to go out there and add another guard through the draft. I do believe that they will. I like the depth that we have, though. Caleb, JPJ, we brought Meredith back. I think that he is better suited at the guard position for sure. So I'll give it a C+. What do you think about adding Connor Hayward? We've all been screaming, this is a tight end converted to a fullback. We've been screaming for a fullback. We've been thinking, maybe JJ Pegues, maybe Lockie Thompson. One of these guys can help block up front because we can't. Again, you said it earlier on the show, Genty getting hit in the backfield before he even gets a chance to make a move. This absolutely helps us in terms of the blocking game and potentially adds some value in the receiving game also.
I feel like a lot of people, this happens when you have like the Andy Reids connecting with the Patrick Mahomes of the world. People start to overthink. Like Josh McDaniels is like, we're going to put wide receivers in. Like you're not Kyle Shanahan. And then Chip Kelly's like, we're going to do blah, blah, blah. I love the idea of just like put a fullback in front of Ashton Genty. If the line is kind of in flux, especially last year, I know at times they were like, we'll try different people at fullback because our line is horrific.
Yeah.
Connor Hayward's a good player, good pedigree. Again, I always ask my Pittsburgh Steelers people, they love him. They're sad to see him go. It would have been nice to have Alec Ingold back, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're fullbacks.
It is what it is.
I'll give that. I like the player is the player. I just like having a fullback. It reminds me of like, I don't know how big you are in the NBA, but like the biggest back is everybody. That's the biggest back in the NBA. There's bigs now again. There's fullbacks again. We've got a fullback. He's probably a top 10-ish fullback. I'm in. That's a B+, a B.
I would say B+ as well. That's exactly where I was going to go. And again, Kubiak will be able to utilize him the way he sees fit. I think he fits what we're trying to do in this system. Alec Ingold is 30 years old now, I believe, former Pro Bowler. It makes sense for him to go to the Chargers. Mike McDaniel was there. It's his guy in Miami. So it makes a ton of sense. We love the nostalgia act, right, in Raider Nation. It's like, bring Mac back, bring Alec Ingold back. It would have been great to see him back in the silver and black. But again, we got younger. We got younger at the fullback position, which I love. So again, I think that in this entirety, we can talk about Malcolm Kuntz and Eric Stokes. I think those were really great deals. 3 years, 30. Malcolm Kuntz, 1 year, 11. Thomas Booker back on a 1 year deal. Meredith retained on a 1 year contract. I think we can all agree here. This is an A, right? I mean, we have to say this is an A, this free agency period.
Yes, in terms of entertainment, in terms of what we actually did, and I love that SpyTech is just an adult. He just knows what's going on. He didn't rescind any offers. He didn't panic with the Maxx Crosby thing. Yep. And by the way, if he did panic, I would have been like, I would have panicked.
Yeah.
I was panicking.
Yeah.
And I make videos.
Yeah.
He's got like lives at stake, not like a doctor, but like livelihoods at stake.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's just take a break. We can keep them. We're going to stay true to our 2 firsts. If we get it, we get it. If not, Max, you're here. I don't see them. In a weird way, I feel like the asking price for Max has gone up.
Yes.
So, 3 firsts. Because he feels disrespected. SpyTech is like, okay, all right.
Well, the thing is, right, if he goes out there and balls out, and I think he will in this 3-4 by the deadline, let's just say we're not competing and he has stats out the ass, another team is going to come call and say, hey, we need him to take this team over the top. on this playoff run, and you could potentially double back if you need to.
It's week 9. Trey Hendrickson's in a sling.
I know, right?
Oh, isn't that funny? You need someone? Here you go.
And I got to say, man, about Spy Tech, I've said this since day one. I've got a ton of intel on him before we even made the hire. You know, I'm very tight with one of his best friends. I actually went to the combine, and I'll say it now. I didn't get a chance to do it. I went there to go meet with Spy Tech. So we were supposed to have a sit down and chop it up, and I was going to get a little 10, 15-minute interview. We're still working on it. Salute to my guy, Scotty. Very tight with him. The combine is so crazy because it's just so all over the place. You're here, you're there, you're there, you're here. So it didn't work. We're still working on it, chat. I know I was kind of trying to surprise you guys with some content, you know what I mean? But it didn't happen, you know. But again,
that was like, by the way, that you doing that was like watching Allen Iverson crossover.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's incredible. That's amazing.
My God, but we're working on it. Salute to 2-4, another fire content collaboration, man. Salute to my guy 2-4. S. Dot has a $5 holler for you. Rodney, can we get this out the way? Talent-wise, isn't Singleton smoking Allen as far as running back skills? I think Rodney actually said that. And isn't Allen lethargic as hell? Tell wasted, please. What do you say about that?
Bro, Kaytron Allen is slow. I would watch him. He's like Derrick Henry, you know, when you're like, oh, Derrick Henry's going to get caught. And then he's in the end zone. And you're like, just run and grab the guy. But he's like the slowest pass guy of all time. Nick Singleton has a better skill set. But for whatever reason, this season, I mean, Penn State, it was the season from hell.
It was terrible. When Alar went down, it was just kind of like, all right, bro. Like,
I mean, the price to pay for getting rid of James Franklin, like, thank you, but we hit the ceiling hard, like your third year. I'm excited to see what they do with Matt Campbell, not to turn this into a whole Penn State thing. Kaytron Allen is not as talented as Nick Singleton. I think maybe the only difference is the vision. I think Kaytron Allen can see where he should go. Nick Singleton, like Latavius Murray, just runs. And if the hole's there, he's gone.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And either way, I'd be good with either one of them as that number 2 guy with Genty, man. Salute to Legacy, my guy. Sanjit believes our line is actually solid. I believe so as well. I'm not going to say super high on the O-line last year going into the season, but I thought they were going to be one of the more underrated units. But again, when Brendan Carroll comes in and absolutely just shits the bed, it's kind of tough. I agree with him with Grant. Me too. And Rodgers. Rodgers is definitely a wasted guy. On the right side, you have a fullback to help, JPJ and Colton on the left. I agree. To give Genty a strong side to run to, JPJ, Linderbaum, and Colton, a healthy JPJ and Colton, this can be a fun offensive line this upcoming season, and a coach that actually knows what the hell they're doing. Dennison has been in this league for a long time. You know, him and Joe, but I always butcher this. Joe, how do you say his last name? I don't know how to say it.
No comment.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think that there's plenty of people in that building that know what to do with offensive lines. I mean, look what they did with Seattle. What was the knock on Seattle for years, Rodney? They don't know how to develop offensive linemen. They struggle. Look, Clint Kubiak unlocked that last year with Ray Zabro and all those guys, and they had a really, really good unit out there. So I'm excited. And Sanjit, you know, my guy loves his offensive line. He'll be on the show here soon, so we're going to definitely pick his brain because he said that JPJ is better than Tyler Linderbaum. I love JPJ. Friend of the family, love him. I don't know what you've seen up to this point, Sanjit, to say that, but I definitely cannot wait for him to go ahead, Rodney, talk your shit.
JPJ is going to get a lot of money if that's the case. You want to talk about resetting the left guard market? What was I just going to say? I just had a train of thought. Something with the line. I mean, this isn't what I was going to say, but Ashton Genty had 1,300 scrimmage yards behind the worst offensive line we've had in the last 15 years.
Yes.
Like, it needs to be fine. If the line is okay, we have a chance.
Yes.
That's it.
What's your thoughts on the whole Maxx Crosby situation? We spoke about it a little bit briefly here on the show already, but again, a guy that he's talked about it yesterday in the rush. Detailed the whole situation, flying out there, flying back, and not really meeting the GM. And Mentor had some weird energy when they shook hands, and it just seemed like things were off. You know, now that he has a chip on his shoulder going back to Vegas, it sounds like he's recommitted to remaining a Raider for the rest of his career. What do you take with this situation, man? And what do you think that Maxx will look like in terms of a 3-4? Do you see him as a DE or outside linebacker? How do you think he fits in this new system?
I mean, I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
I think they could unlock something with him standing up a little bit more. Not, we don't need him
Von
to
Miller-esque,
cover.
baby. Von Miller-esque.
Yes, we don't need him to cover Travis Kelce. We've got other people to do that. Yes. Although maybe at this point he could cover Travis Kelce.
I know, right? I could with my fucked up back. So,
yeah. You know what's crazy though? Last year he was pretty good. I mean, the team was horrible, but he was still pretty good, which is impressive. No, maybe it was a good thing yesterday that you Eric DeCosted me so we could actually watch the podcast and then talk about it today.
Yeah. I definitely hid from you all day yesterday.
Oh yeah, he was just nervous. He made up this whole thing about his back. It was the craziest thing that Max said in a list of crazy things was that he never met Eric DeCosta. Yeah. He was there for 5 hours before the first time they were in the same room. Crazy, even though when he dapped up Jesse Minter, he said like Eric DeCosta was like over here. Like, I feel like, do you think Eric DeCosta feels like he looks like Billy Beane right now? Because he doesn't. It's more draft day than Moneyball. Like it's not good.
And as an A's fan, no.
Oh, sorry. Hey, they're gonna be coming to Vegas soon. Yeah, I don't. You know what's funny? We all had the theory that we were all like, I wonder what Max thinks with us signing all the players.
Yeah.
And you have those thoughts as a fan, and most of the time it's like they're on to the next. And he said I was on to the next. But I was watching ESPN and it was like Nico Dean, Quay Walker, Quitty Pay. And I love that he was like, I'm sitting there like, damn. And then he's like, it's okay, I'm a Raven. Here's what I think happened that not a lot of people are talking about, or like the missing piece to this whole thing, which led to trade me, blah, blah, blah. I think he sat down with Spytek, and Spytek said, look, you see this list of people? We're going to sign these people. And me and Kubiak are going to get these guys. And Max said, with all due respect, I've heard this before from people, no offense, Spytek, with Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
They've said, this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
And either they didn't do it or they did do it, and we were still bad.
Still didn't work. Yeah.
So he was like, look, you get a couple firsts. It's a team I want to go to. Send me out there. Do your thing. They got the first. He was gone. And then the list of names. Check, check, check. And I think for the first time in Max's career, he was like, damn, we got a GM.
Yeah.
We legitimately have a GM that doesn't answer to the coach, that doesn't answer to Mark Davis.
Yep.
And look, we're all humans. We've all ended things, relationships, jobs, whatever. And then the minute we ended it, we were like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yep. Yep.
And most of the time, you don't have the chance to go back because you look on Instagram and there she is with a new person. You're like, God damn. That's literally what Maxx Crosby's looking. He's like, Trey Hendrickson, what the hell? I haven't seen the building. I think they both realized, the Raiders and Max, it's just some things are symbiotic. Some things need to be together. Typically, when you're running a football team or whatever, you shouldn't think like that. But in this rare case, it just is what it is. He's a Raider. This is maybe the most talent he's ever had around him.
Yeah.
If Mendoza is 80% as good as he could be, if he's Matt Ryan, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
I think Max was like the cherry on top. After we got all those guys in free agency, it was like, okay, now we have these two future, we got these 14, we have 2027 first. Now we're really looking into the future. But then you add Max back onto this roster and you're thinking, okay, with all these additions, we might be able to actually compete this year. With that being said, what are some of the weak spots that you think still exist on this roster? I think, honestly, you still got to look at safety. You got to add another corner here, a wide receiver, definitely, I believe, through the draft, or you could potentially bring in a veteran here through free agency. Give us some weak spots that you think that we still need to lock in through the draft.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that I have you in front of all these people live, are you being serious about Mekhi Lemon? You would take him at 14?
I would. I'm telling you now, man. Look, bro, he gives me that Puka, that he's smaller. He gives me that kind of vibe, man. And I'm not a USC guy at all. I'm a Notre Dame.
I know.
It hurts my soul to actually even say I would go get a USC guy. But I'm telling you now, man, watching his tape, he's different, bro. Mekhi Lemon is different.
I know. Hey, you got that right. He sure is different.
He can go up there and get a 50-50 ball, and he's, 5'10", 5'11". I mean, the dude is a beast, bro. He's a great route runner. But I hear you. I know some people are thrown off by the way he talked at the combine. And his dad grew up a Raider fan, so he grew up a Raider fan. Yeah. Us Raider fans, we're always like sold on that. Like, oh, you're Raider fan? Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. He's a freak. He's a freak, maybe in more ways than one. But I could just see like him having one bad game and us being like, I hate this guy, get him out of here. A wide receiver, obviously, that's so interesting though, because I don't know where that happens. I do think a lot of people are talking about, Spytek was the master last year of trading back, and that's helped a lot this year.
Yep.
I would not be shocked if we went back into the first round at some point. If there was, if Omar Cooper's there at 22, you just sneak back in there, you take him, and you pair those two up. Corner, definitely. Darian Porter surprised me. I don't know where I landed with him. Like initially he wasn't good, but like he's a rookie.
They kept him and Caillou. They kept just not really giving Porter those reps.
Right, and we all hated Caillou, and then he had one game like 3 picks, and we're like, oh damn, they were right about Caillou, and then he sucked again, and we were like, well now what?
Yeah.
Him and DCam, we definitely need. I would love to get like a vet corner, like not like Stephon Gilmore, but somebody like that.
I want to mention Caillou real quick. He agreed to come on the show in January. He followed me on Instagram. We had a discussion. A friend of mine, locked me in with him. I think he realized who he was talking to, because we have absolutely killed Caillou Blue over here several times, and he unfollowed, and then that was it. So I wanted to throw that out there, because again, Caillou did have that big game where he had 2 picks, but again, Caillou Blue Kelly looked like Caillou Blue Kelly out there. But go ahead, brother.
And by the way, he shouldn't have had these high expectations. He's just another player.
Yep.
When people like Pete come in and be like, Caillou's competing, like who cares? With all due respect, Pete, who cares?
He was the most burnt corner in football. Literally.
So bad. Yeah, it was bad. What does Shaq say? Barbecue chicken or whatever? Yeah, it was bad.
There you go.
Corner, wide receiver, safety. I mean, I like Chin and pull him out. Pull him out wasn't as good as I thought he would be. Chin's solid. Chin and Murray, they remind me of the same. Like they're fine. But it's like I said before, it's the path. I forgot about Taron Johnson. That was a good pickup, because I'm thinking about all pros again.
If you can stay healthy, you'll be great in that nickel for sure.
And Max mentioned him too. He was like, that guy's a dog. He said that on the podcast, which is like,
you see what Aaron Rodgers said about him? I mean, he's one of the most underrated football players, and Josh Allen praised him as well. He's a good pickup.
Because we trade for a Stone Forsythe, and you see videos from all of us that go, here's what he's good at. Could he be this? Could he be that? Taron Johnson is like, no, everybody in the league thinks like that guy's a really good player, and that's why he's making like $8 million or whatever he's making. So that's solid. Other than that, I feel like we're not that far away. We've got 11 draft picks. If they could find 2 defensive starters in areas that we didn't sign, and Jack Besh turns into a decent slot receiver, Brock is the focal point. We don't need a focal point. We need a number 1, but we don't need a focal point.
Yeah. And Genty in the passing game, people tend to forget like he's gonna be unlocked in this Kubiak scheme.
I thought he was supposed to be like bricks for hands. That's what they told me coming out. And then
I know, right? He caught everything. And the thing was, you look at that running back out there, Kenneth Walker, who couldn't catch anything. Like he had stone hands for sure. He looked good on that playoff run in the Super Bowl for sure. But that was his knock. Genty has more sure hands than him, so he's going to be.
And Genty was catching like 30-yard passes.
Yes,
he was like the best wide receiver on the team last year, which says a lot about us. I feel. Going back to the offensive line, I just remember what I was going to say, because you talked about the offensive line coach that they hired. If you asked ChatGPT, write me a sketch of a person that looks the opposite of Brendan Carroll, it would be our new offensive line coach.
Yeah,
just the guy that's just seen. Just like in the foxholes of offensive lines.
Yes.
I think a lot of people, when you ask about needs, are going to say offensive line. I think they could be done. If we had the 14th pick and we took the guard from Penn State, then top 5. You lock it in. Now that we don't have that anymore, you take a flyer on somebody in one of these later rounds, but that's not my priority right now. It's wide receiver, it's corner, it's frankly kicker. And add a running back too.
If they don't take Dunker in those first 3 rounds, I think they wait until later on and potentially get like a Diego Pons, possibly, and kind of slowly but surely bring him in at tackle. I don't know. We'll see. But again, I think they are. We brought in the guard just right now, a guy that has familiarity with Kubiak's system. Linderbaum was the big fish. You get a healthy JPJ back, a healthy Colton. I think that we're not that far off on that O-line. Salute to Silver and Facts. Us versus the Ravens 2027 is going to be fire after one more offseason. Facts. And it's at home, which is going to be really, really good to watch. Maxx is pissed off.
Why couldn't that happen this year in the playoffs?
Hey, look, I'm holding off with the P word. Okay. I'm just because people tell me all the time, oh, you're just too optimistic. Look, I'm holding off. We got Kubiak, the big fish at the head coaching position. Mendoza looks like he is the pick, which I'm very, very happy with. But again, I'm gonna hold off on the P word. Here's
what I'll say about that. Obviously, we've been snake bitten before by thinking, P can go ball, and everybody was saying that, not just us. Like ESPN was saying, they could win 10 games. The Raiders. It was like us and the Patriots were like the hot teams to pick, and we of course beat them week 1 somehow. The thing with timeline, it doesn't fit the timeline. I've heard this with Maxx Crosby because it's funny. We got a lot of sympathy with the Maxx Crosby trade. Poor Raiders. And it's like, look, we got screwed. No doubt about it.
For sure.
We're cool with keeping Maxx as a consolation prize because I think watching the NFL these last 7-8 years, it's a year-to-year league now. Definitely. They've designed it. The NBA's dying for this. They're making aprons and stuff to be year-to-year, which it's not possible in basketball.
Yeah.
Have we not learned that timelines don't exist anymore? Was Stephon Diggs on Drake May's timeline?
Man,
was Bobby Wagner on Jaden Daniels' timeline?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're in the playoffs. If we needed to win and get in, and Maxx was on the Ravens, we'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
Should we have kept Maxx? Now we don't have to worry about that.
Yep. You know the reason why I was excited, and I've said this publicly a few times, that pick in 2027. Not 14. It was more along. And again, I said Lemon at 14. Again, if that was the pick, I can see a JSN type ordeal in Kubiak's system. But I was excited about having 2 because if next year we're not in that situation to be able to get Jeremiah Smith, you got 2 picks where you can package them up and go get the best wide receiver and probably last how many years possible. So that was why I was okay. I'm like, okay, Maxx, 28, 29 in August. Again, it makes sense to go get some future picks, and you could potentially get Jeremiah Smith with Mendoza, Genty, and Brock. That's not even fair, Rodney, at that point.
No. And here's the thing. The sneaky thing about, if you trade for the Ravens 2027 pick, they're going to be really good.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm not predicting the Ravens to miss the playoffs. It's funny, though. They just missed the playoffs. I'm acting like it's not possible.
Well, Lamar's hamstring is falling off the bone, bro.
He doesn't run. He doesn't run anymore.
No.
He's a mobile quarterback that doesn't run. The thing with them is I think they're planning for the future. And if you're like, where's your evidence? They undid the Maxx Crosby trade. They're like, we'd rather have these picks.
Yep.
That's what the Chiefs just did. And we're all thinking, a little soft reset for the Chiefs.
Yep.
Why? I can't believe that Baltimore is like the favorite to win the AFC. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know how. I mean, right now, and I hate to say it, Denver, when they went out there and got their guy, Waddle.
Yeah,
they have a better roster. And again, Lamar getting up there in age, starting to lose his athleticism. I like, though, what Todd Monken did, kind of more turn him into more of a pocket passer. He's been able to, make all the throws. Recently.
He's gone, though. Now he's gone.
Yeah, I know, with Cleveland now, right? So, again, man, I think, and I said this before, I think that Baltimore thought 2027, deep quarterback class. What are we doing? They restructured Lamar. They didn't extend him. So maybe they're thinking future. Jesse Minter, year 1. He has some time to get it together. So possibly let's move on from Lamar down the line and go get our future quarterback next year in the deep class, CJ Carr, Sellers, one of those type of guys, and then they can build for the future, right? So
let me ask you this. God forbid, we don't wish injury on anybody ever.
No.
If Lamar week 2 goes down, he's out for the year, and they got Snoop Huntley running around.
Mm-hmm.
He runs more than Lamar. They win 4 games. You're telling me, and let's pretend Carr's gone and Sellers is gone, and Arch Manning is just sitting there.
Yeah.
You're telling me Eric DeCosta's heart rate isn't beating just a little bit?
Oh, for sure.
I could trade Lamar for probably a first.
Yeah.
A couple. Yeah. Draft Arch.
Even though I think Arizona, Miami, and the Jets are definitely those 3 teams that are kind of eyeing Arch Manning. But again, we'll see. But Baltimore definitely is looking towards that class and thinking, maybe we can get off this big contract, take on a rookie deal at the quarterback position. And that's usually when teams win Super Bowls, when they have those kind of deals, rookie deals. So to director, man, Spy Tech hit the mommy makeover. And Max was like, Salute the director. Salute to,
we've all been there.
Yeah, right. Did you see Lemon's pro day? He was running with his heels. You guys are going to kill Lemon now. See what you started, Rodney, man. They're going to kill me now.
Don't you? I didn't start nothing. He started talking like that.
Wasted hated it. He's like, what the hell are you thinking? Salute to my guy, man, 6931 on the super sticker as well. Real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody sending supers. We have over 1,000 people in the building. Once again, plug where you are, brother, so everybody knows where you are so they can hit that subscribe button. And if one of the mods can, please put All Aboard Raiders link in the chat. Go subscribe and pull back up. Leave, go subscribe, pull back up. Let them know.
Yeah, and if you're looking for like Patreon or Discord or whatever, that's all linked in my channel, just like Graphk has here. So it's all there. You can find it.
There you go. So Ray Glide, we are going to the playoff. Raiders. See what you started, Rodney? See what you started, man. Salute the legacy, my guy. All aboard. Graphk does not care. I know. Laugh out loud, but oh my God, I want your opinion. Derek Carr to bridge with Fernando, familiar with systems, strong line, and IQ.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I could hear it. I hear it in your voice. You sound like Makai Lemon now.
Look.
Let me ask you this. That's what you want Mendoza to deal with. Why do you say no to this? Like football-wise?
Okay, well, there's more to it. There's several reasoning.
Yeah,
a ton
all
of
it.
You have to trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints still have the rights. What is he, $40 million on the hook right now with New Orleans?
Yeah.
Once Fernando throws his first pick, the Kardashians are going to come out screaming to let Derek Carr be the guy. Or let's just say Derek Carr gets benched. Fernando has to hear all the noise. I don't think it's a fit, man. I would prefer a Flacco. I prefer a Kirk Cousins. He's still in the league right now. I don't know where DC's in terms of health. I know that, the shoulder, contemplated early retirement. He's still not retired. All I want from DC is this, right? This is all I want. Get out of that contract at some point, come back home and retire a Raider, one-day deal, and that's it. I don't want that energy back in the building. When you have your future, Fernando Mendoza, I get the whole storyline, right? He comes in and he helps the next guy because he was the previous guy. I understand that. I just don't think it makes any sense. Now, Donut says the Saints will cut Carr. If they do that, right, I don't think that that's smart. He did look good in Kubiak's system out there for a few weeks in New Orleans. I'm not going to say that he wasn't looking good at one point in New Orleans. I just don't think it makes any sense. I don't think that it helps the young kid with all the noise. I'd preferably go with the ageless wonder Flacco or Kirk Cousins, who was in that system in Minnesota, in 2020, 2021, somewhere along those lines. I would just rather go that route.
Okay. Agree with everything you just said. I feel like, first of all, here's the thing. Fernando Mendoza, we all say the best thing about him is right here.
Yes.
So hypothetically, and let's for the hypothetical, let's just pretend Derek's fully healthy. Because you're right. If he's not healthy, well, then what are we even doing?
Yeah.
If he's fully healthy, and we don't have to pay him the $40 million, and it's a 5th round pick, you could have a situation where they hit on Omar, like they traded up to get Omar Cooper.
Okay.
The defense, they're looking at training camp. They're like, we could go to the playoffs, but Mendoza's not ready. If Derek Carr is completely healthy,
okay,
would you admit that he's better right now than Kirk Cousins or Joe Flacco?
I will admit this. No. I don't want Derek Carr back in Las Vegas.
He didn't. You notice that he didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question.
Look, it's no knock to the human being. Look, Derek Carr is like a remarkable human being. I am just so over that era. We're not going to get 2016 DC back. It's just not going to happen. Again, look, bro, people think I hate Derek Carr because I don't want him back as a Raider. That is so far from the truth. I can go pull out 6 or 7 DC jerseys out my closet right now. I can take you on a ride into the podcast room and you'll see DC shit all over the room. I don't want to circle back. I just don't. I think at the end of the day, regardless, right? And this is another reason. This is my last reason, and this is why. I think Fernando's going to be ready come week 1. Simple and plain. And I don't want Carr on the bench And again, him making a mistake and people screaming from the mountaintops for DC to come back. I do not dislike Derek Carr. I dislike the people who think that he is Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, because he's not. That's
Look, here's the thing. I just think it's like a silly, interesting conversation because it literally will never happen.
Yes.
I don't think you would have people chanting for Derek Carr just because there's never any Raider fans at home games.
Fernando's
so you don't have to worry about that.
Fernando's going to change that.
I hope so. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, and here's the thing. Tinfoil hat theory. We don't have a quarterback coach. They did that because there's a bunch of people that blah 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 blah. Maybe they're grooming Derek. Hey, do a couple. Coach your kid for a little bit, then come in and be the quarterback coach. Everybody gets what they want. It is what it is.
Hey, do you remember a guy? There's a GOAT out there, Rodney, that at one point said, "You're sticking with that fucking guy." There's a guy that's tied to the Raiders. His name, it rhymes with Mom Brady, right?
Yeah.
And again, you're sticking with that fucking guy. I just don't see it happening. I think that Mark is smart enough to understand too. We don't do that. And Mark, and let me say this: Derek's a great guy, but I think that they understand that would be a distraction in that building because of this rabid fan base and what they feel with Derek Carr.
If you could wave a magic wand and have every fan be normal and not do that, he would literally be the perfect bridge. But because if Derek Carr never played for the Raiders, he'd be the perfect bridge. But because of all that baggage, you can Kirk Cousins knows the Kubiak system. They all know that it's all the same.
Yeah.
They all run the same stuff. I would prefer Joe Flacco, if anything, entertainment value. Like Kirk Cousins looks like he needs Tommy John. He's given everything for those 5-yard outs.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco can throw the ball still.
He can. And the thing is with Flacco that I like is he'll come in and already know his role. Like there's no Kirk Cousins. I want to be the starter. That could potentially be a starting point with him. I want to start. Now, if Flacco comes in, he's going to say, look, I know what I'm here for. I'm here to mentor this kid, and I'm here to I'm a spot starter. If something happens with them, God forbid, I'll be the guy to go in for 2 or 3 weeks until, whatever. I think that Flacco would be the perfect bridge guy for us right now.
And the last thing about Derek, again, never going to happen, just an interesting conversation. I do think he would understand the assignment of I don't think he'd come in and be like, I'm the starter. I don't think he would do that.
No, it wouldn't be him. It'd be the fans.
Again, if we have any in the stadium. And also Aiden's not terrible either. Aiden's not a veteran, so he's not going to mentor Mendoza, but Aiden's fine too. If they need to throw somebody out there for a little bit, it is.
I don't think that Aiden's going to be on this roster.
Well, they're gonna. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna trade him to the Rams, and then he's gonna become an All-Pro.
Well, that could possibly happen. But
that's gonna happen. Watch. Remember this day, day after St. Patrick's Day, 2024.
Speaking of the future, man, what is your thoughts completely on Fernando Mendoza? That crazy run in the playoffs, a phenomenal national championship game where the stats don't pop, right? But just the mentality, him going out there, putting his body on the line to go out there and win a national championship in his backyard in Miami. What is your thoughts on him? And do you think that he can be that next guy? You mentioned Matt Ryan. We've heard the comparisons with him and a few other Goffs of the world, Kirk Cousins. We've heard that. What do you think that Fernando Mendoza could be in the silver and black for us moving forward?
Yeah, if I have to hear one more time that through 7 games, Ty Simpson looked better, I'm going to lose. They played in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I like Ty.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why are we grading people on a third of the season?
Yeah.
It drives me insane. I'll give you my comparison. To me, because it's like if you said he's Jared Goff with this, you have to add things to make Fernando Mendoza. To me, he's just Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. I
love that comp, man. I hope it comes to fruition. I would love it.
What does Joe Burrow?
My favorite quarterback in football.
Oh yeah, easily. What does Joe Burrow do physically elite? Nothing. He's not faster than anybody. He's not stronger than anybody. He doesn't have the best arm of all time. A little Derek Carr in that way. But it's all up here. Now, obviously, Joe Burrow Fernando Mendoza is not dating Jessica Alba. Joe Burrow is dating Jessica Alba.
That was a rumor.
I thought it was a picture.
No, she actually, her boyfriend posted a picture of them the next day. It was they were kind of in a casino, at a table or some shit like that.
Let me rephrase it. Fernando Mendoza cannot date Jessica Alba. It doesn't matter what team he's on.
Well, but according to him, he doesn't want a girlfriend. All he wants to do is focus on football.
And there you go. And look, Mendoza, you just can't bother him. Here's what I've been saying about Fernando Mendoza. If he's not good, it's our fault.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with him. Again, you want to talk about the offensive line coach we have now compared to Brendan Carroll? Fernando Mendoza, in every single way, is the opposite of Jamarcus Russell. In every single way. I'm sorry that I even said it. It's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
I won't say it again.
For sure.
He does everything well. People are like, he gets a little – yeah, he's in college. He needs to be coached like anybody else. Joe Burrow's first year, obviously he got hurt. There were some ups and downs. He wasn't lighting the world on fire. That was pre-Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He's coming in – Fernando Mendoza is coming into a situation that's better than a lot of these rookie quarterbacks come into. With like a decent line, a great center, an offensive-minded play caller, a GM who has like arms and legs and a brain.
And let me add real quick to what you're saying.
Yeah.
The number one reason Clint Kubiak signed with the Raiders is because of that number one pick.
Of course.
Because of that pairing. He became a Raider because of Fernando Mendoza. Simple and plain.
Yes. Could you imagine?
For him, it's not happening.
Could you imagine Daniel Carlson, former Raider, making a 60-yard field goal for us to lose the first pick? Thank God the Giants got
lock that up early. Thank the Lord.
And by the way, because everyone thought Daniel Carlson sucks, like, no way he's making this. And the best kick of his life.
Salute to Silver Facts. He said, we failed Carr on his physical. Salute to Silver Facts. Measy. No. Now, let me say this. Rodney didn't say he wanted to send a fifth. He spoke of a hypothetical. He didn't say that was the situation. He just said, would you trade a fifth?
Put a gun to my head and ask me again. I don't know.
Now, again, I'm not saying that he wanted. I'm just saying he brought up a hypothetical. Now, again, if you believe Omar Cooper Jr. can be that number one and that it helps Fernando Mendoza moving forward to have that familiarity, that camaraderie with him, and he's there available in the late 20s, you move up to get him, I wouldn't be upset if this regime thought that was the right move.
They have 11 picks in the first round. I promise you they will not have 11 rookies.
No, not at all. Not at all. And even if they did trade, let's just say they traded back and did what they did last year, they'll do the same thing. Later rounds, they'll move back up and they'll get rid of a few anyway. So salute to my guy, Measy, man. All right, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, hitting that. Well, we just hit the hour mark. I want to do something fun on the way out real quick, you guys. We want, and it just felt so natural, but it didn't even feel like we've been talking for an hour. Look at that coffee and convo, man. There you go. We're going to do a mock draft, ALLaBORDE Raiders.
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to have some fun. This is all aboard. It's all Rodney. Has nothing to do with me. So this is what we're going to do on the way out. Let me share this screen.
Get that fifth for DC ready.
Again, you guys, make sure y'all wipe them feet, man. Hit those thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Also, man, go subscribe to my brother ALLaBORDE Raiders on YouTube. He puts out phenomenal content over there. Also, go check him out on the Raiders Bleacher Report page where he puts out phenomenal content as well. Let me go right here. Boom. All right. We're already ready to go. Let me get rid of all this foolishness.
I'm taking this very seriously.
Here we go. All right. We're going to enter. Boom.
We're doing 7 rounds?
We'll do all 7.
Oh, damn.
All 7.
No.
Even if you want to take no trades. You want to do no trades?
Well, I'm not trading the first pick.
Okay. Yep. There you go. So, Fernando, right?
Yep. Done.
Okay.
Next.
Done deal.
Imagine if I was like,
Now, this is where it gets fun. I want to see where you go in regards to this. So, 39 in the future 4th. It's not going to do anything for us this year. So
that's not terrible because you know that 2027 4th is going to be
pretty
very good. But no, it's fine. I mean, we're going to have to.
Okay. Here you go. This is where it gets fun.
Ty Simpson, he showed up in day 1 for nothing. Okay. Scroll down a little.
Okay.
I just want to see a little bit of the best available.
All right. Got Malachi Lawrence, Chris Johnson, one of my favorite corners. Lee Hunter.
Austin, Prezel, Zion Young.
Oh, man, you're pregnant. You got your guard right there. But again, Anthony Hill, Genesis Smith, one of the best safeties available. Caleb Banks is there because of the broken foot. Antonio Williams is an interesting
player. Skylar Bell is good.
Phenomenal out of Connecticut. He had a crazy year this past season.
Speaking of Connecticut, I got to finish my March Madness bracket. Okay, let's just do what everybody wants, right? And just take Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay. So
that's we need one more linebacker. That's
former quarterback.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
No.
Boom.
No.
Right,
well, that's horrible. There's your boy Mike Washington.
And another one right here, bro, is Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. I think he had like 1,300 rushing yards this year. He's a monster too. You want to go down?
Yeah, just a little. Parker. I did a lot of Alabama VODs too. They talked a lot about Parker.
Lewis Moore, Connor Lew. We don't need a center anymore. Elijah
Surratt.
Surratt is there.
Do you think Surratt's good?
You know what? I do. I think he's good. But again, I'm a little worried as to what he'll look like at the next level. He kind of left a little bit left to be desired in the playoffs. Had a few drops that I wasn't, fond of. And I kind of pivoted from him to more Omar Cooper Jr.
Yeah.
But Surratt, I think with him, with Mendoza in the building, he definitely eat, but I don't know. I just don't know.
If he won't be there in the fourth, but if he was there in the fourth, I'd take Surratt. I'm not going to take him in the third. Go down a little bit more.
Who's probably going to be there is going to be my guy out of Notre Dame, Malachi Fields, possibly.
Yeah, he's good too. Shelton's good. Okay, stop. Go back up to the top. I got my guy. Oh, Katron's there. Okay. Give me Kamari Ramsey.
Okay.
Kid's an absolute stud.
Yep.
Flies around the field. One of my best friends is a USC kid. He won't shut up about Kamari Ramsey.
He's a beast. I just took him in one of my last mocks. So here you can get your nose right here too.
Oh yeah. Let's not even think twice. That's done.
So
that's done.
337, 6'5". Boom,
yeah, that's done.
Nose. All right.
That's done.
All right.
What's in the fifth? Okay, no, we're in the fourth.
We're still in the fourth. And this is where we get fun because we got those back-to-back picks.
Yeah, I'm thinking about which one I want to trade for Derek, but we're not there yet. Logan Jones.
Now, hold on. Let's see. Let's see your picks real quick. You got a quarterback, linebacker, safety, DT.
Yeah, we need to go back to the offense.
You want to go offense?
Yeah.
All right. You want to go receiver? You want to go running back? Kevin Coleman Jr. is there. Now, I'm telling you, this is your draft. All I'm going to say is, I know people think I'm crazy. I see a lot of T. Higgins and Malachi Fields. That's all. Not as fast as him. That 40 definitely wasn't impressive at the combine.
I know. The problem is I just hate Notre Dame with everything in me.
Oh, see, man.
Oh, there he is. No, go down. Click running backs. Go to running backs.
Oh, right there, Singleton?
Yep, done.
Okay, so got our running back. Boom.
Done.
All right.
Damn, I was hoping Overton was going to be there. Okay, go back. You can click all now. Go back to everybody available.
Boom.
Tough day for Garrett Nussmeier.
Devin Marshall's.
Oh, let's go back to back. Let's go Fields.
Okay, there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man. Come on.
You know what? Maybe Spy Tech isn't that good. This is easy.
Yo, hey, now this is where it gets interesting here in the fifth because you can start taking some shots like at some certain play. Corleone is still there, one of the better nose tackles in football, right? Tucker out of Western Michigan had 14.5 sacks this year, small school, small conference. The production before that wasn't great. And I also heard from somebody very close to the situation that he might be a head case behind the scenes. So I'm looking right now.
Lewis Bond. That's interesting. We already took our wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Could add a corner here. Have we got a corner yet?
No.
So
go to the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
Thank you.
Preston Hot, Dalen Everett.
Georgia.
Corner out of Georgia. We already got our safety. Thaddeus Dixon is nice out of North Carolina.
Lander's good too. I was watching him live in Utah.
6'5", like 6'6" or some shit. Big dude.
Double up on linebacker is interesting. You know what? I don't think you can go wrong with defensive players out of Georgia.
Okay. I like Everett.
Let's
I
go,
like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Get back to all.
Damn, I wanted the Arkansas guard.
Let's see.
Maybe this is harder than I thought.
Yeah, the later rounds.
We're in the sixth. Propose that trade to the Saints now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, let's see. I'm looking right now.
Actually, you know what? We're in the sixth round. Go up to the top. People are gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, go down just a little. Go Cuevas, the tight end out of Alabama. Because here's the thing: Michael Mayer's just not going to be here forever. We don't even have enough to evaluate him on because he never plays.
Last year of his deal.
Yeah.
And if it works, hey, you know what? 13 personnel, baby.
Okay, hold on. Go to the special teams. We need our kicker.
Oh, I like that.
Who were we talking about? Oh, everyone. Okay, everyone's.
I'm a big fan of Dominique Zavada. So that's my guy in this draft. I'm looking.
Okay, look, I'm not going to pretend to know any of these people, so let's go, Dominic. They're kickers.
Let's go.
Now we're in the 7th. How many 7ths do we have? Just one?
One.
Okay.
Now this is, you know what the 7th is. Oh, you got Eli there, but we don't need.
Do you think there's a world where they go RG3 Kirk Cousins and they draft another one? Another quarterback?
I mean, Alar's there.
In the 7th? How? That's so disrespectful.
I don't know how he'll be there. Again, coming off that injury.
I'm not going to take him. I would if he was in the 7th, but I don't think that's.
Yeah, it's not realistic. It's not realistic. You can add maybe some O-line, maybe, Wagner right there to tackle out of Notre Dame. Maybe a value pick here, Eric Gentry, the 6'6" linebacker out of USC.
Yeah, he's okay.
It's
funny. USC has good defensive players, but their defense is horrible.
Hold on real quick. My bad.
Noah Whittington's good. We already took
Xavier. Is this dude like 6'7" or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'7", 320. You can add another big body there.
He's from Canton. That's crazy.
Logan Taylor, guard out of Boston College.
Okay, I got my guy. Go back to the top.
Hold on. I'm live, brother. I'll call right back.
That was Dante Thornton.
No, that was my brother L Fingers, man. So
you can go back to the top.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna take the tackle out of Notre Dame.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I like that. I think that's a good
right there. You passed him. Billy.
Boom.
Guard. Does this thing give me a grade? And if it's not an A, then
this doesn't. This specific one doesn't.
Okay.
Right. All right. So we got Mendoza. Got the highly, he raised his stock at the Senior Bowl. Jacob Rodriguez had a great year this year at Texas Tech.
We got 3 defensive starters in those 3 picks.
I agree. I think they all start from day one. You got Singleton, your guy out of Penn State, which is phenomenal value there. Malachi Fields, baller. You got Everett at the cornerback position. I like that you went and got. That's an interesting pick right there.
Keep an eye on that.
Okay, I like that. Then Dominique Zavada, love that pickup right there. And then you went and got Billy, the guard out of Notre Dame. I like
B+. What is that?
Silver and Facts is a B+. Okay, Demoke says better than wasted. Anyone is better than wasted. Is my They're terrible.
Can I tell you? Yesterday, I don't know what I was doing, something, and I was like, "Oh, Wasted's live." So I click on it, and it's in the middle of the live. The first thing I hear him say is, "I'll give you something to suck on." And I'm like, you know what? I'll come back to this.
Yo, that's hilarious, bro. Wasted Mr. Talent, man, right there. But good old Mr. Wasted Talent, man. Salute. Legacy says, get Janikowski. Laughing my ass off.
Sure.
My guy would be great to have the Polish Rocket back.
We should have grabbed Pinheiro back. Whatever.
Right, he's cooking out there he signed with the Niners, right? We signed with them.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I like that, man. I like that. Salute, man, to everybody. You know what, bro? We got to do this more often, man.
I'm in.
We got to turn this into, at least a couple times a month or something. People love it in the chat. We definitely got to run this back again, man. On the way out, brother, let everybody know where to follow you at.
ALLaBORDE Raiders YouTube channel. Everything that you want to find from that, the Patreon, YouTube members, Discord, it's all linked in the description of every single video and on my channel. I don't really go on Instagram, but I have one, Rodney Laborde, RODNI, LABORDE. Pretty simple. Thanks for having me. This is awesome. We'll definitely do it again. And the next few weeks, let's set up a Graphk and Wasted and Graphk show. We'll get you on there, man. We'll have some fun. Yeah, definitely. He hates me because I went on here first. So. Oh, you know what, man? And I'm going to call him and tell him that we hate him too. So yeah, tell him he's a bum. Yeah, he's a super bum. Like real talk, man. State-of-the-art bum. Salute to the chat. As always, I appreciate you guys so much for kicking it with us. It's been a blast. My boy Rodney, man, puts out phenomenal Raiders content. Again, check him out on Bleacher Report. Check him out on YouTube. My guy does great. Wait, hold on. I'll be right back. Wait, Silver and Facts has a request. I'll be right back. Okay. All good. I know where this is going on the way out. We definitely got to get this rocking. Just Raiders, great show, my guys. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you so much. S. Dot says, fun, yo. Appreciate you, American Bird. ALLaBORDE and Graphk. Good stuff, guys. There you go. Oh, my God. There we go. It's not a show without my guy pulling out the Weekend at Bernie's. Oh. I got the robe. I'll get the robe, too. Yo. No. We got to save the robe for Wasted. I haven't done that in a long time. Salute. By Hugh Hefner. Salute, man, everybody here in the building. Again, appreciate you guys so much. We will be live, Graphk and Wasted, sometime this week, either tomorrow or Friday. Anything. Stay tuned for that. Also, man, get your alerts on the Bleacher Report and YouTube.
with my guy, All Aboard Raiders, man. Again, tap in with everything that he does. Anything you got on the way out, brother?
No, I think this is going to be my look when we trade for Derek. I'm just going to be this into the screen like this.
Hey, if that happens, bro, throw them fucking glasses away.
Let me pitch you this on the way out. The Cardinals trade the 3rd pick in the draft for Achane, and then trade for Derek. Then they've got Achane, Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, Derek Carr. That's got 9 wins written all over it.
Didn't they just bring in like 4 running backs in free agency?
Fine though. Bring in another.
That would be absolutely hilarious. No DC. Yeah, you know, we've had a bad luck with DC this offseason. Max gets flown into DC, has to drive 2 hours. Yeah, we can't do
Daniel Carlson, DC too.
DC gone. There you go, right? So my brother, man, appreciate you so much. Again, man, salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. We are out.